Tonight, breaking news, the police ambush, the prisoners escape, the urgent manhunt right now, the FBI involved. Also, the security breach, the man who took a photo of an airline ticket and was able to board a flight here in the U.S. And the search for that missing college student taking a turn tonight. They have now shut down a dam. First, that urgent manhunt underway at this hour for an escaped inmate in Idaho. 3 corrections officers shot and wounded. The officers ambushed by a gunman who authorities say was helping the prisoner escape. Also, the images coming in right now from Haiti. At least 30 Americans choppered out of Port-au-Prince. Matt Rivers on the ground there with the situation unfolding now. Here in the U.S., the search intensifying for that missing college student. Tonight, the new turn here. The search expanding beyond Nashville. They have now shut down that dam, and we have late reporting. Tonight, the passenger who took a photo of another passenger's airline ticket and was able to board a flight with it, trying to hide in the airplane restroom. The new storm from Minnesota all the way east, and the snow and then heavy rain up and down the I-95 corridor, Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia, New York up to Boston. Rob Marciano timing this out. Just hours after the Supreme Court decided Texas can move forward with its own new immigration law, making arrests and deportations on its own. Tonight, that law back on hold amid new questions and confusion. The race for the White House tonight, President Biden in Arizona, a key battleground, revealing $20 billion in investments in American jobs, bringing computer chip making back to America from Taiwan and elsewhere. Tonight, Princess Catherine and her health. Authorities in the UK now investigating a data breach at the London clinic where Princess Catherine had surgery. Who was trying to get into Kate's medical records? Back here in the U.S., the deadly home explosion, the blast seen on surveillance, and the fire in New York City, the high rise, and what authorities are now saying. The first game of the season, Major League Baseball, and the bomb threat, targeting one of the league's biggest stars just hours before he took the field. And the boss is back.
Good evening, Arizona!
After his health scare and the loss of his mother, Bruce Springsteen returning to the stage, and we'll take you to the concert.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night. We do begin tonight with this urgent manhunt after a police ambush, a violent escape by a dangerous prisoner now on the run in Boise, Idaho. Authorities say someone on the outside with a gun opening fire, helping the prisoner break free, just as that prisoner was being taken back to a maximum security prison from the hospital. 3 corrections officers were shot and wounded during the escape. Authorities say prison inmate Skylar Mead was being moved to the prison when the officers were ambushed by the gunman in the ambulance bay. Police tonight searching for the suspected getaway car, a gray 4-door sedan, possibly a Honda Civic with Idaho plates. Tonight, the FBI now involved in this search as the police chief on the scene calls this a brazen, violent, and apparently coordinated attack. ABC's Victor Oquendo leading us off tonight.
Skylar Mead was serving a 20-year sentence at the maximum security state prison in Kuna, Idaho for shooting at police during a high-speed chase. Tonight, there's a manhunt for the 31-year-old and an armed accomplice who shot multiple officers and broke him out of a Boise hospital.
This was a coordinated attack, ambush on the Department of Corrections officers.
Mead was taken from the prison to St. Alphonsus Hospital in Boise Tuesday night after authorities say he engaged in self-injurious behavior, hurting himself on purpose. Around 2:15 this morning, as Idaho corrections officers were set to transport Mead back to prison, that gunman, identified as Nicholas Umpenauer, opened fire right in the ambulance bay area of the emergency department, wounding 2 of the officers. Responding Boise police accidentally shooting a 3rd corrections officer in the confusion. Mead and Umpenauer fleeing in this gray Honda Civic.
They are dangerous, they are armed, and they have shown a propensity for violence.
David, all of the officers who were shot are in stable condition and expected to survive. This urgent manhunt now involves local and state authorities, as well as the FBI. David?
Victor Oquendo on this manhunt tonight. Victor, thank you. This evening, we're also tracking a new storm from Minnesota, eventually all the way east, from the Great Lakes later into the Northeast. The snow and then heavy rain coming for right up the I-95 corridor, Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia, New York City, right up to Boston there. Let's get right to ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all for us tonight. Hey, Rob.
Hey, David, these spring storms have some winter components to them in the way of some snow and cold air. We're getting that tonight across much of the Northeast, not just lake effects, but pulses of snow coming through parts of New York and New England. Heavy rain along the coastline here. Could see a couple of inches in some spots. Next storm coming in drops into the Midwest tomorrow night into Friday morning, north of Chicago, north of Detroit. That's where you'll see some accumulating snows. This quickly moves across the Ohio Valley into the Northeast. Look at that mess in the mid-Atlantic up through the Northeast during the day on Saturday. Could see potential flooding near the coastline, but we will see more in the way of heavy snow across the northern tier, upwards of a foot through northern New England. David?
Rob Marciano tracking it all for us. Rob, thank you. We turn now to the search for that missing college student last seen on surveillance and police video in Nashville. That search now intensifying tonight. This evening here, the new turn, the search expanding now beyond Nashville. Authorities have now shut down a dam, and ABC's Faith Abube in Nashville for us.
Tonight, the search for Riley Strange stretching beyond Nashville. Authorities shutting down a dam to search through debris 30 miles downstream from the riverbank where the missing college student was last seen. His family is still hopeful, but bracing for the worst.
Put yourself in our shoes. Everybody knows it. Everybody's thinking it. Those conversations are starting to happen. It's not what we want.
In Nashville, the United Cajun Navy searching the Cumberland River. It's been nearly 2 weeks since Riley vanished during a fraternity trip. After he was asked to leave this downtown bar, he was seen stumbling and falling before appearing to recover, then briefly chatting with a police officer.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
You found his credit card? We found his credit card.
Riley's debit card found on the riverbank, a 15-minute walk away from that bar. Instead of heading to his hotel, his family thinks he got disoriented.
We think he got turned around when he came out. Why? I mean, I can't answer. I don't know. I don't know why.
And David, police say witnesses in the unhoused community reported seeing Riley by the river, but they do stress that at this time there's no evidence of foul play. David.
Faith Abube in Nashville for us. Faith, thank you. Tonight now to the major security breach at the airport. The man accused of taking a photo of another passenger's airline ticket and then using that photo on his own phone to board a flight in Salt Lake City, trying to hide in the airplane restroom. Gio Benitez covers aviation.
Tonight, the FBI investigating how a Texas man made it all the way onto a Delta flight, allegedly without a ticket. Prosecutors say 26-year-old Wycliffe Flurizard boarded Delta 1683 in Salt Lake City on Sunday using a photo taken of another passenger's ticket. Court documents say he was caught on camera taking photos of multiple passengers' phones and boarding passes while they were not looking. He then used his phone as a boarding pass to get on the plane. Once on board, they say he entered the lavatory until the doors were shut and the plane began to taxi. A flight attendant approached him and realized Flurizard did not have a valid ticket or seat. The plane was then forced to return to the gate. Flurizard arrested and charged with stowing away on an aircraft. Delta tonight telling ABC News Delta is cooperating with law enforcement and relevant federal agencies. And David, the man was booked standby on 2 Southwest flights, but they were full, so he couldn't get on. He told investigators that he made a mistake with that Delta flight and that he was just trying to get home. David.
Gio Benitez on the story tonight. Gio, thank you. The other developing story we're following at this hour, the images coming in late today from Haiti. At least 30 Americans choppered out of Port-au-Prince, nearly 1,600 Americans in Haiti reaching out to the U.S. Embassy. Many want out amid the growing danger there. ABC's Matt Rivers in Haiti again tonight.
Tonight, this State Department helicopter airlifting Americans out of Haiti. Our team capturing the daring mission. 2 choppers flying at least 30 Americans out of Port-au-Prince today after weeks of chaos. And as tensions rise, the government planning to send 2 helicopters into Haiti every day, hoping to get about 30 citizens out on those flights. And this is what they're fleeing. Gangs overrunning entire neighborhoods, fighting the police.
It's not hyperbole to say that the only thing that's standing in between gangs completely taking over this country are a couple thousand police officers who are risking their lives every single day fighting back against these gangs.
Here in Port-au-Prince, we go meet one of those officers on the front lines, part of a specialized unit fighting the gangs, terrorizing this city.
Bonjour.
This officer meeting us indoors, covering his face for his own safety. He tells me the police are outgunned and outmanned. We can't retreat, he says. We can't give up the country to the gangs. I've got no choice.
And David, back to those evacuations, the U.S. State Department saying that nearly 1,600 Americans on the ground right now in Haiti are in touch with the U.S. Embassy as the State Department tries to find more ways to get more Americans out. David?
Matt Rivers live in Haiti for us tonight. Matt, thank you. It was last night here we reported the Supreme Court had cleared the way for Texas to move ahead with its own new immigration law, making arrests and deportations on its own, at least for now. Well, tonight that law is back on hold amid questions and confusion over how to enforce it. ABC's Maria Villarreal from El Paso tonight.
Tonight, uncertainty at the southern border with the law that would allow Texas to arrest, deport, or imprison anyone they believe may have entered the U.S. illegally, now in legal limbo.
We are not going to prioritize this. We are unfamiliar with federal immigration law. That's not our job responsibility.
Overnight, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled the law known as SB 4 could temporarily take effect while it was challenged in a lower court of appeals. Hours later, that appeals court blocked the Texas law again in anticipation of oral arguments on the case today. The legal whiplash leading to confusion and frustration in border communities like El Paso.
It's a racial profiling issue as well, and that's our concern. Our department has been very, very fortunate to not have any racial profiling complaints for several years, and we want to maintain that standard.
Some officials in San Antonio, Fort Worth, and Austin also voicing their concerns. But tonight, Governor Greg Abbott standing firm, saying Texas has the right to defend itself as DPS troopers and state guardsmen along the border prepare.
They will continue to use every tool and strategy they can to arrest people, jail these people crossing the border.
David, despite the battle over SB 4 here in El Paso and all along the southwest border, there has been a sharp decrease in the number of migrant apprehensions. We're seeing about 4,000 a day, and that is a big decrease from what we saw, those record-breaking numbers back in December. David?
A big decrease and still a concern. Maria Villarreal tonight in Texas. Maria, thank you. We turn now to the race for president, and tonight President Biden in Arizona, of course, a key battleground state. The president revealing $20 billion in investments in American jobs, bringing computer chip making back to America from Taiwan and elsewhere. Here's our senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang, tonight.
Tonight in battleground Arizona, President Biden taking on the top issue for voters, the economy, announcing a major deal to bring computer chip making back to America. Right now, most chips are made in Taiwan.
This is going to transform the country in a way you don't even understand yet.
The president awarding nearly $20 billion to fund production of semiconductor chips in 4 states: Arizona, Oregon, Ohio, and New Mexico. Chips that power everything from your phone to your car.
It will create nearly 20,000 construction jobs, many of which will be union jobs. 10,000 manufacturing jobs. 3,000 right here in Phoenix with salaries averaging over $100,000 a year and don't all require college degrees. That's a change.
Biden drawing a clear contrast with his opponent, Donald Trump.
On his watch, companies sent American jobs overseas for cheaper labor and imported products.
Still, the president seeming to acknowledge that even though the economy is improving, many Americans just aren't feeling it.
Wages are up more than prices. Inflation is down dramatically. We have more to do, I get it, we have more to do. But no question our plan of delivering for the American people is working now.
And tonight, David, the president also unveiling the strictest car emission limits in history. This means that by 2032, most new cars sold in America will likely be electric. But this is a politically loaded move. Donald Trump has claimed that electric vehicles will kill the American auto industry. But the Biden administration says this is critical to combat climate change, and it puts America at the forefront of the electric vehicle industry. David?
Selena Wang at the White House for us tonight. Selena, thank you. Meantime, tonight, President Biden receiving a key endorsement from the United Steelworkers tonight. The president winning union support less than a week after coming out against the sale of U.S. Steel to a Japan-based company. The union, with 850,000 members tonight, saying, with the president's track record of supporting working people, we are eager for his administration's continued progress on our core issues. To the economy tonight and to another record day in the stock market following the Federal Reserve's decision to leave interest rates unchanged for now and signaling it expects to cut rates 3 times this year. The Dow gaining more than 400 points today, hitting a new record high of 39,512. The S&P 500 hitting a new record as well, closing at 5224. We turn now to London tonight amid growing speculation about Princess Catherine and her health. Tonight, authorities in the UK are now investigating a data breach at the London clinic where Princess Catherine had surgery. So who was trying to get into Kate's medical records? Maggie Rulli from London again tonight.
Tonight, with questions swirling about the Princess of Wales's health, authorities in the UK now investigating a breach report at the famed London hospital where she was treated. After reports, staff attempted to access her private medical records. The London clinic saying tonight, if a breach is found, appropriate disciplinary action will be taken. Catherine underwent what the palace called planned abdominal surgery at the London clinic on January 16th and remained in the hospital for 13 days. The king also treated there during that time. The palace releasing little details, only saying the surgery was successful. Her condition was not cancerous. Kate, recovering at home in Windsor with her husband and children, forced to apologize after this photo she shared was found to be digitally altered. You can see Princess Charlotte's wrist and sleeve here, partly erased.
Until there is a very clear video or picture that is taken from a credible, independent media organisation, that's when the conspiracy theories will really be put to bed.
We don't expect to see Kate return to any official royal duties until after Easter. Now, some are saying that perhaps that's when she'll be ready to talk about her health. David?
All right, Maggie Rulli reporting from London. Maggie, thank you. When we come back, the fire in New York City, the high rise, the images tonight and what authorities are now saying. Also, Major League Baseball, the first game and the bomb threat involving one of the league's most famous players just hours before the game. And the pictures coming in tonight, the deadly home explosion, the blast seen right there on surveillance, and what authorities have now revealed tonight. Tonight, authorities are investigating a high-rise fire in New York City. Smoke billowing from the roof of a 72-story building under construction on Greenwich Street in Lower Manhattan near the Stock Exchange. Officials say insulation on the roof caught fire. Firefighters putting out the blaze. Inspectors say safety measures for the work on that roof were not in place. From Utah tonight, a deadly home explosion southeast of Salt Lake City. Surveillance video capturing the moment that duplex exploded in American Fork. One person was killed. Another has been hospitalized. The cause is still under investigation tonight. When we come back here, Major League Baseball, the first game of the season and the bomb threat targeting one of the league's biggest stars just hours before he took the field. And Bruce Springsteen is back tonight. His message right before the concert, and you'll see it. To the index into Major League Baseball tonight, the first game of the season kicking off in South Korea, and there was a bomb scare before the game and a threat aimed at one of the league's biggest stars. Officers sweeping the stadium for explosives. Of course, none were found. By the way, that star player, Shohei Ohtani, making his debut for the Los Angeles Dodgers, going 2 for 5 with an RBI single and a stolen base. The Dodgers beating the Padres 5-2. And no winners. The jackpots keep getting bigger. Powerballs tonight, at least $687 million. And Mega Millions, no winner last night. Friday's drawing $977 million and counting. That would be a great Friday night. When we come back here, the boss is back after his health scare and the loss of his mom. Bruce Springsteen and his message tonight will take you to the concert. Finally tonight, no question, the boss is back. Tonight, the boss is back. Bruce Springsteen taking the stage in Phoenix. You can hear the crowd cheering Bruce. The 74-year-old postponing his tour last year after his own health scare, and then later the loss of his mother. Now back on stage tonight.
Good evening, Arizona! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Overnight performing 29 songs with the E Street Band, starting with Lonesome Day. Two Hearts with Stephen Van Sant. It was just 2 months ago, Bruce Springsteen lost his 98-year-old mother, who was also a fan favorite, dancing at his shows right along with her son. Earlier, doctors had advised Springsteen to take time off because of peptic ulcer disease. The boss would share rehearsal photos right before his big return, though, and then this video getting fans ready.
Greetings, freaks, fans, and friends. I want you to be ready, be prepared, be afraid, because we are going to rock you into the ground.
Tonight, the tour kicking off 52 dates, 17 countries. The boss is back. Looking good, and we're glad he's back. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.